Could you give an introduction to psychedelics, like a big, bold whirlwind overview? What are psychedelics? What are the kinds of psychedelics out there? In whatever way you think is meaningful.
All right. Well, when I started MAPS, the Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies, it was very important for me that psychedelic be in the name. And the way in which the original meaning of psychedelic, it's mind manifesting. It was created by Humphrey Osmond in dialogue with Aldous Huxley. And so psychedelic means mind manifesting. And so we interpret that very broadly to mean dreams are psychedelic. Anything that kind of brings things to the surface. Holotropic breath work, hyperventilation is psychedelic. So most people think psychedelic is only about certain kind of chemical substances, either natural or synthetic, but we've got a much broader view of that. Meditation can be psychedelic in some ways. But our primary focus is on the drugs, is on the medicines, or you might call, some people might call them spiritual tools or sacraments. There's sort of two general categories of those. One are what are called the classic psychedelics, and those are the ego-dissolving, sort of merge into unitive states. Those are like LSD, psilocybin, mescaline, ayahuasca, ibogaine, DMT, things like that. And then there's MDMA, which some people even argue is not a psychedelic. They'll say it's an empathogen or an entactogen. It's about touching within or empathy. It doesn't do the same kind of ego dissolution that the classic psychedelics do, but it brings material to the surface, and it changes the way we process information. And so I think you can quibble about whether it's certainly not a classic psychedelic, but I think MDMA is also a psychedelic. Marijuana, I would say, is a psychedelic. Marijuana is closer to the classic psychedelics than it is to MDMA. One point I like to make is dreams, because then everybody can relate to that. Dreams are psychedelic. Dreams bring emotions, feelings, ideas, concepts in symbolic form a lot of times, or just in raw motions to the surface. So when people hear the word psychedelic, often they are frightened by it. It's about loss of control. And it is, to an extent, loss of conscious control, particularly with the classic psychedelics. But, and we know with dreams that we can have frightening dreams, nightmares. But I think that anchoring the concept of psychedelic in dreams is really helpful for people to know that it's kind of a natural state, and that there are other ways that you can catalyze it than by going to sleep, and that for thousands of years, substances have been used in that way.